We're talking about being happy enough and the power of contentment, truly how you can find joy in the journey and actually become happier in your everyday reality. We're going to be diving in.
Do you want blissful balance in your personal and professional life? Great. What's up, guys? My name is Cary and I want to help you happy hustle a life you love, one full of passion, purpose, and positive impact. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, a professional model / actor, a digital marketing specialist, a podcast host, author, a biohacker, an eco-warrior, a martial artist, a hippie cowboy, and a humanitarian. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain you to live a life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. It is time to happy hustle your dream reality. Yee!
Are you happy enough? That is the question. Are you happy enough? There is pure power in contentment. Really just accepting what you have and being grateful for it. What's up, y'all? My name is Cary and I am a lifestyle entrepreneur and author and founder of The Happy Hustle. And I recently heard Matthew Hussey and Ed Milet talk about this question of, are you happy enough? Can you find joy in what you have right now? Can you think if nothing changed right now, would you be okay? And the answer to that question for me is yes. I mean, I am so grateful for everything I have. I've been very blessed, not without plenty of bumps, bruises, blood along the journey. But I can tell you straight up, I'm so grateful. And I hope you are too. But this concept of happy enough, I want to explore deeper. And I have some scientific stats to support the evidence. And I want to get into some of that. So if you see me looking down, I'm reading some of these scientific articles so that we can actually hit this nail on the head and you can really start to maybe shift. Now, one thing that really, changed my perspective on satisfaction at large is where you are measuring yourself and the goal in which you are measuring against. This is a concept from Dan Sullivan, founder of Strategic Coach. He wrote a book, 10X is Greater Than 2X with Benjamin Hardy. And in that book, they reference the measurement in which you are positioning yourself against your goal. And he said, if you measure yourself forwards against an ever-changing goalpost, you're going to be unhappy and unfulfilled and unsatisfied because that benchmark is constantly changing, right? But if you rather measure yourself backwards against where you started, you'll be content and happy and satisfied more so. And I'm paraphrasing that, yes, but it's a very interesting concept and one in which I'm just curious where you would rank yourself. Are you happy enough? Because there's a paradox of more, and research suggests that the pursuit of material wealth and status often leads to decreased well-being and increased levels of stress. Now, this is interesting because we crave more. In my latest book, The Happy Hustle version 2.0, I talk about the more disease. I really do think it's a disease, especially in America. We constantly want more money, more followers, more clients, more love, more toys. And when is enough enough? And honestly, it may never be enough if you're measuring yourself forwards against the goalpost, because as soon as you get that sports car, you're going to want the next latest and greatest sports car. Or as soon as you get that yacht, as soon as you get that relationship, as soon as you have that child and they win the soccer game, you're going to want them to win the next one. And as soon as you win that entrepreneurial award or you exit that company, you're going to want the next exit. It's constant. It's exhausting. It's a pure way to burn out and live a life of unsustainable misery or unhappiness throughout the process. You have to acknowledge where you are at and how far you've come and be grateful and really find joy.
Whoa. Apologies for interrupting your programming, but I have to tell you, the best investment you can make in yourself is one in which helps you acquire skills. You've probably heard people talk about, oh, just invest in yourself and you'll be successful. Yes, that's true to a degree, but you have to invest in skills that will ultimately help you achieve your desired results. And I think one of the best skills one can possess, be it an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur, is the sales sword. Really knowing how to sell, utilizing pressure free persuasion, which will make you more money and more impact. Now, if you want to know how to sell more efficiently and effectively, I just launched a sales course called The Proven Roadmap Process to Selling Millions of Dollars and helping you to increase your conversions guaranteed. And you can get access to this new sales course that the Happy Hustle is launching at thehappyhustle.com/sales. And if you act fast, you'll get it at the lowest price it'll ever be available, because we are launching it and we want to gain amazing testimonials and social proof to further share this knowledge. So if you act fast, you can get it at the lowest price it'll ever be. That's at thehappyhustle.com/sales. Now let's get back to this episode.
And research goes on to say studies who prioritize intrinsic goals such as personal growth, relationships, and community involvement report higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. Interesting. Now, they go on to say the power of contentment. And that's really what I want to kind of stay with for a beat. The power of contentment. Longitudinal studies have shown that people who express gratitude and contentment, yes, gratitude and contentment with their current circumstances, tend to experience greater psychological well being and resilience over time. So, the main takeaway there is expressing gratitude and contentment. Like, I look at my truck right now in the driveway and I'm like, it's a badass truck, but there's a lot more badass trucks. Man, if I was constantly seeking the other badass trucks out there, which I am about to get a new truck, maybe that's not the greatest example, but the point is, I'm grateful to drive in it every day, And so you have to think about it. Like, can you find contentment with your vehicle right now, with your body right now, with your business right now, knowing how far you've come? You'll be psychologically experiencing more well-being, greater levels of joy. And I do think there's a point where you have to manage your expectations. There is people who set overly ambitious goals and they have unrealistic expectations. They're more likely to experience disappointment and dissatisfaction. So if you're not setting realistic goals for yourself, like if you're like, I want a 6-pack by next month, and right now you're like 25 pounds overweight, well, of course you're going to be unhappy, because chances are, unless you completely starve yourself, and I don't even know if still then a 6-pack is possible. But the point is, you have to set realistic goals. We call them SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Inside our Happy Hustle Club, we have to set SMART personal and professional goals, each session in these 2-week blocks. And they have to be measurable, specific, timely, right? Realistic, attainable. And maybe right now you're not setting realistic expectations for yourself. And maybe you're not happy enough with where you're at because of it. So think about that. I want to land on gratitude and perspective for a moment as well. Studies have found that participating in gratitude and practicing it regularly can lead to significant improvements in overall happiness and subjective well-being. And we're going to link up these studies, so in case anyone wants to go down deep into the rabbit hole. But just shifting your perspective from focusing on what's lacking to appreciating what one already has can increase the feelings of contentment and fulfillment. Wouldn't you know it? Just changing your perspective, being like, wow, I have 10 fingers. There's someone out there who has 9 fingers, 8 fingers, no hands, no arms. Can you believe that? Just changing your perspective. It's, you know, people always find gratitude for what they have. Well, what about what you don't have? What if you don't have cancer right now? Couldn't you find gratitude for that? It's a complete mindset shift. But think about it. Now, I want to talk about balance too. Balance gets a bad rap, in my opinion. I really think you have to strike this harmony between, you know, I guess maybe I should just reference the definition of happy hustling. It's systematically harmonizing ambition and well-being. So you got to strike that harmony between ambitious goals and achievement versus your well-being, your joy, your mental, physical, emotional well-being and health, right? You got to have this a part of the concept. There's going to be inevitable ups and downs in your life. Like, no human being is going to always be happy. I'm not always happy, for sure. I have my shit and I have my days. Everyone does. But if you want to find joy in the journey, you're going to have to manage and harmonize these personal and professional life endeavors, and ultimately the ambition and well-being between the two. So think about that. And if you want to cultivate that inner peace and contentment, that is really, where it stems from, right? And you also have to embrace imperfection, okay? And studies have shown that embracing imperfection and acknowledging one's flaws can lead to greater self-acceptance and resilience in the face of adversity. Interesting, right? Now, bringing it home with mindfulness and presence, if you just start focusing more so on the present moment, this is like an active way to take everything we're talking about, being happy enough, and just put it into real-time practice. You actually just focus on being present in the moment without judgment, right? It will reduce your levels of stress, anxiety, and depression, studies show. And then you can cultivate that mindfulness, which allows for individuals to fully engage in their experiences and finding greater appreciations for life's simple pleasures and moments of joy. So there you have it. Focusing on the present moment, being very content with where you're at right now, measuring yourself backwards against where you started, and having gratitude for everything you have and everything you don't. That's how you become happy enough, my friend. And I hope this was valuable for you. I really do hope that you actually, put it into practice, and you leverage the power of contentment, because it really is beautiful. Once you can just wake up every day and be grateful for everything you have and everything you don't, knowing you're still striving for that goal, that achievement, that quote unquote success, whatever that next level looks like for you, but still being joyous in the journey, finding gratitude, and becoming happy enough. That's the message for today. So I hope this was valuable. Share it with someone if it was. I love you. I am out. Peace and love, y'all.